Hello, I am uh Dagon, the Crystal Dagon, whatever you want to call me, really. Just as long as it has Dagon in it. Uh, don't mind those noises. I have ambient sound in the background, just to make this a bit more interesting. Anyways, a while back ago, you might remember I did a video about my take on TRZ's dinosaur tier list since it was a bit outdated due to how long ago it was posted. And I just want to say a couple things before you guys think of me as a hater on TierZoo. I'm not. I'm actually a really good fan. I'm subscribed to TierZoo, actually. He's a really cool guy. I like him. He's a good YouTuber. I like his videos. That all being said and done, even I think I should adjust some things on my tier list. See, that's the thing with tier lists. Over time, based on new paleological, like if you make a dinosaur on a tier list on prehistoric creatures, like me and tiers, like what I did a couple months back, and TierZoo did, like, what, 3-4 years ago? I have no clue at this point. It's so old. The thing about making a tier list about prehistoric creatures is that new information about said creature over time would boost it up the tier list, and eventually, over time, your previous tier list becomes completely inaccurate and complete full of bullshit. So, since it's basically a new year now, I don't really know at this point. Is it 2025 yet? I have no clue. Screw it. Anyways, so I'm gonna do another tier list, and since I have a new setup with LED lights, I will change the color to match the tier. Red for F tier, D tier being a mild orange. Yeah, this color, this piss green. Orange doesn't really work here. So that's how about this? No, that's even worse. Okay. That will be D tier. Wait, no. Hold on. I first need to discuss something. The fact that dinosaurs. Hold on. God, I'm already ruining this. So, back to default light. Instead of just doing dinosaurs, I'm going to group a lot of prehistoric creatures that existed during or before the time of dinosaurs. We are not doing Ice Age creatures here. I do not want to rank Sid the Sloth amongst the T-Rex. That'd just be weird. Especially because I don't want to trigger Jurassic. I don't want to trigger Ice Age 3 or 2 or whichever one it was with the prehistoric lizards and that weasel with a knife. I don't want to invoke that rage again, especially after that shitty new series they started with it. Okay, now that we got that covered and the fact that I am covering most prehistoric creatures, some of them will be cut into errors, like some will be the entire group of creatures, some would be like it in earlier time periods, and some of it would be it in future time periods. Okay, red is D tier, yellow is C tier, green is B tier, a light blue is A tier, And straight up blue is S tier. Okay? Everyone got that? Everyone got that. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's start off with D tier. Now, the reason why I'm not having any dinosaurs in F tier is because the fact that they're all able to survive in such a hostile environment, and most of them have not went extinct due to each other, it only happening via natural shifts in time or a mass extinction, is enough to get all of them out of F. You can argue for the ones I put in D tier, but let's just get to it. Okay, you might have wondered about the pause there. Oh yeah, we're doing the toys again. At the first place in D tier is any sort of noodly neck guy that lives in the water. You know, like plesiosaur, elasmosaur. Heck, I'll even include Nothosaurus and what was the other one? The one that had really wacky proportions. Yeah, that prehistoric lizard with like the really long neck and the tiny legs and like a short ass tail. I don't remember that one, but that one's also included here because of the same reason. They have the same weakness as a geese. All a predator needs to do is go snippy snap to the neck, and they're dead. Their only purpose is to lower the fish population and to provide sustenance for the big beefy boys of the upper ocean. That is their only purpose, which is why they are here in D tier. Sure, they are some species are smart, sure, and they have parental care potentially, and go in groups. That's besides the point. It's the fact that half of their body is just an entire weak point is what makes it get here. Sure, it's useful for catching fish, but is it useful for fending your ass off against the mosasaur who wants to have a snack? No. No, it is not. And that's why it is here. Okay, next. Oh, dear God. Okay, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one, maybe. I'm not sure. So. And yes, it is still red, so we're still in D tier. The last one in D tier, in my personal opinion, is a Dilophosaurus, Dimetrodon, and some synapsids. Not all, and we'll get to the exceptions. Most synapsids, including Didelphodon, Lystrosaur, whatever the fuck it was called again, Dimetrodon, and a Dilophosaurus. The one exclusion to this is Gorgonopsid, and we will get to him later. The only reason why all of them are here in D tier is because, like, who do you think would... You know what? Here, let me just compare this. This is a Dimetrodon, right? How about a Dimetrodon versus a Tyrannosaurus? Or, like, a Tyrannosaurid? It's not gonna win. Like, if we put all the dinosaurs in this damn tier list in a fighting arena, these two are the ones that are gonna die first. The only reason why I'm saying that they would die first is because they're way too fucking weak compared to literally everything else. And I mean literally everything else. These are the other tiers, by the way. Okay, that's the end of D tier. Now it is time for C tier. This one's going to be a long one, so we're going to have a bit of a doozy, aren't we? Oh dear. Okay. First up in C, Pachycephalosaurus. The reason why I'm doing them separately is because I need more time and because each of the other Pachycephalosauridae are here for a different reason. Okay, Pachycephalosaurus. Sure, you have a good thing going with like a hardy skull to ram into your opponents, but you have no protection in the back, which means it's very susceptible to back shots. And I just think that's a bad hindrance. And for example, let's say if we chuck Pachycephalosaurus into present day, most carnivores nowadays have to deal with creatures who have forward attacks, and very rarely have to deal with creatures with back attacks. So Pachycephalosaurus would easily be murked. Like, seriously, what the why? It's stupid. Speaking of stupid, Dracorex. Oh dear, the Dracorex. The Hogwarts dragon of whatever the fuck. Dracorex. I really like Dracorex, don't get me wrong. Its name is really cool, and I think its head looks sick. But, man! What you doing, bud? You're screwing up big time, aren't ya? Like, jeez. It's even worse prepared than the Stygie. Speaking of which, Stygie is also going to be grouped with Dracorex, because they are both here for the same reason. They have a weaker headbutt attack than this idiot. He will last the longest out of the three of them, because he has a better head range attack. Sure, the spikes will help with the neck, but not the entire back. See, Dracorex is kind of getting somewhere with like the bumps on it. Same with Stygimoloch, but that's the Jurassic Park design. I don't think they actually have that in real life. I mean, if they did, good for them. I mean, it'll help them, but not by a lot. If not, then they're just as screwed as the antelope, the fucking lions eat. It's like Lion King, but with a bit of... It's like the Lion King and zebra, but with like a bit more spice at the front. You know what I'm saying? They have nothing to protect their back, so they're very susceptible to back shots, which would make them perfect meals for hyenas and lions. So those are why these idiots are here. Let's get to the next one. Early or small embellisaurids. Look, I get it, embellisaurs are good hunters in most cases, but early embellisaurs and small embellisaurs, like Rugops, don't really have much going for them. Sure, they're a mediocre predator, but like, what else do they have? Like, tell me, what else do they have? Sure, they have a fat head and they bite like a semi-truck, but they're small. You could easily outmaneuver them. They're like a smaller, less dangerous raptor with baby arms. It's dumb. Next up, Dilophosaurids. Disclaimer here, the Dilophosaurus that I'm supposed to be using does not have... Okay, let's just say this. Disclaimer, I'm basing this off of the real-life animal, not the Jurassic Park design. I'm only using the Jurassic Park design because I don't have a realistic Dilophosaurus toy. And also because if I did, that would be really fucking expensive. Anyways. So Dilophosaurus, although being a big predator, doesn't really have much going for it. Sure, it has a bite. It has scratching claws. I mean, if it did have the venom, it would rank a bit higher, but because in reality it doesn't, it's C tier in my opinion. It's just a mid-level carnivore, really. Same thing with the next two, Herrerasaurus and Machikosaurus. These two specialized dinguses, I mean, one of them are specialized. Machikosaurus eats crabs, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Facts check me in the comments, please. So Machikosaurus, yeah, it's just a mediocre carnivore, just with like a more crabby diet. So Mr. Krabs, watch out. Herrerasaurus being an early dinosaur. I'll also put Eoraptor and Coelophysis here with Herrerasaurus. I don't have a figure for them, so just imagine they're here. All the early dinosaurs, sure, they're early dinosaurs. I get it. They're not really that specialized. They're not too powerful. They're just mediocre, and that's the only reason why they're here. I mean, they're able to survive a mass extinction, so, I mean, pluses to them. Early ankylosaurs and early stegosaurs are grouped with these fuckers as well. They're just really fucking weak. I mean, sure, they have spiky armor, but the smaller ankylosaurs and stegosaurs just get flipped over way too easily. Like, if you're gonna be a defense build, you need to have the weight to make sure you're not gonna be able to be toppled over, and access to your rich, fat meat underneath. You're gonna need a bit more chonk on you, buddy. A bit more fat. Eat more grass, and maybe a cousin later down the tier list will help you. But for now, you're fucked here in C tier. Same thing with stegosaurids. I mean, the smaller they are, it's just easier to kill if they're smaller. Also, less of a pain in the ass to T-Rex as well. So, kudos to the early ones for fucking over everything. Okay. What did I say was going to be, like, the next tier? Green? Or, like... I know, orange, green... Ah, god fucking damn it, I forgot. If you guys remember, let me know in the comments. I'm just going to go with, like, a darker green or whatever for, B tier. I mean, I try to use yellow for C tier, but I mean, it doesn't really work. So dark green, we go for B tier. Okay, let me just finish putting these idiots up and get the others ready. Okay, they're gone. Okay, let's start off with the Jurassic Dingus, the Stegosaurids. The bigger, more tankier ones. These guys are mediocre at being tanks, I'd say, which is why they are... But they are better than the smaller ones, which is why they are in B. Example, Miragaia has way too many spikes for my mental health in the back here. One swing and you'll be filled to the brim like a fucking porcupine with holes. I mean... Like seriously, one swing of that and it'll turn you... Like, one swing of that tail and Miragaia will turn you into Swiss cheese. You can't even give this guy a shoulder bump without getting your arm turned in like a fucking basket, you know? Stegosaurus here as well is also mediocre. I mean, it's not the best tank build. There are better builds, but still, it had a good run. That is. It's dumb. It's a goober. I love him. He's stupid. And he'll turn you into Swiss cheese if you piss him off. So, yeah. Also, same here with the Allosaurus. I know this guy's really small. I'm trying to get the Hammond Collection Allosaurus to fix this problem. Which is why I'm here on YouTube. I need the money. Please, 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 money. I'm joking about the money, though, but in all seriousness, I need a Hammond Collection Allosaurus. I do not like looking at this tiny bastard anymore. He is so stupidly small. I can't even recreate Big Al because he's too fucking small. Anyways, Allosaurus. A Stegosaurus nightmare. Although I don't know how this small idiot would be anyone's nightmare. Yeah, they're mediocre at best. It's been proven that they don't have hatchet jaws and use their mouth as like a hammer or whatever the fuck Tierzu said in that one video. But they do have a decently strong bite force and faster runner than most apex carnivores. Their defense is meh. Their attack is meh. They're just like the epitome of what a mediocre carnivore build is. Like, if you want a basic carnivore build with no sauce behind it and don't really have to do much work, Allosaurus is your guy. Like, seriously. Yanchuanosaurus and its relatives are also here for the same reason. Although bonus points to their increased defense and bite attack increase as well. Although this might be a false account because I'm using the Jurassic Park toy. I'm not sure about the real animal, though. I don't know much about Yanchuanosaurus and its, like, relatives. So please educate me in the comments about it. But I'm placing it in B tier to be on the safer side. Because I don't want to put this guy in a bad tier just to realize this guy's actually really good by some smartass in the comments. So, yeah. He's only here because I want to be on the safe side and because, well, I feel like he's like a bit better than Allosaurus in some ways. And Bellysaurids, the big ones. These are the ones like Pycnonemes, Rogerosaurus, and Toast, the Carnotaurus or whatever. Or, in my personal choice for this one, Cha-Cha Carno. Look at him go. This idiot. Anyways. And Bellysaurs. They're alright. I mean, they're like, they're a bit more heavily defensed than most mid-tier carnivores, which is why they're a bit higher than Yanchuanosaurus and its cousins or whatever the fuck. But because of they're also here because of how much they improved off of their ancestors. Although they kept the tiny idiot-sized arms, which I'm perfectly okay with if we get to live with that one meme from Prehistoric Planet with like the Carnotaurus dance is just fucking hilarious. Yeah, Cha-Cha Carno forever, really. I mean, like, they're really here because of how much they fucking improved off of their ancestors and the tiny ones, really. They're like a more deadlier version of their smaller cousins, which is why they are here in B tier. Hadrosaur fans unite. I'm not ranking... Oh god, I forgot. Oh god, hold on, give me... Okay, I just got done putting it on Do Not Disturb. Sorry for that notification sound. Okay, anyways, Hadrosaur fans unite. We will put an end to this slander. Okay. I say hadrosaurs belong in B tier or A tier. I'm gonna put them in B tier just to be on the safe side of those T-Rex fanboys in the comments saying, "Oh, we can have our big beefy T-Rex lose to a hadrosaur." It's just dumb. Like, have you seen Giganotosaurus and T-Rex compared to fucking Chintungosaurus? Or Parasaurolophus, for that matter? Like, these hadrosaurs are massive. And they're pretty good at kicking. They'll rear up on their hind legs and smash your jaw open. Send you right back to heaven, really. It is a dangerous creature. It's like a more deadlier moose. You know how mooses are like really dangerous and really deadly? Yeah, just think of a prehistoric moose a lot bigger. Like a moose, but like times 100, and that's what a hadrosaur is. I mean, most hadrosaurs, not all, but most. I'm rating the good ones here so we can get the hadrosaur fanboys to unite over this bullshit of slander. Like, the best way to sum up a hadrosaur is to think of a moose. They're basically a more deadlier moose. 10 times the size. I want to put them in A tier at least to be alongside the Tyrannosaurids. But because of those stupid T-Rex fanboys and me not wanting to have controversy, he is here in B tier. Speaking of ones I want to put in A tier, but because of certain fanboys, I can't have it in A tier. Concavinator. I don't know why. I really like Concavinator. It is a decent carnivore. I really like him. I think he's related to Carcharodontosaurus, so he could like represent the Carcharodontosauridae or whatever the fuck. I'm not sure. Please fact check me on that one. If so, then he will be an A tier. If not, then he'll stay in B tier. But to be on the safe side, because my knowledge, again, is limited due to the amount of bullshit on the internet, I'm going to put him in B tier to stay on the safe side. But, like, the highest part of B tier. He is the top tier of B tier, in all honesty. Credit is where credit is due. He has sharp claws, big feet, and a long ass tail, and is built like a more land-based Carnotaurus. I mean, land-based Spinosaurus. We haven't seen any non-dinosaurs in a while, so let's get to it. Why the fuck is a marine reptile in B tier? Okay. Oh, fuck, cramp. Okay, sorry for that, cutaway. I know, cramps are a pain, especially when dealing with school. Why is the more scarier marine reptiles in B tier? Well, there's a real good reason. The reason why pliosaurs, or big marine reptiles like Kronosaurus and Mosasaurus in B tier is because the only reason why they existed is because they were getting griefed by dinosaurs on land. If they did not get attacked by dinosaurs, they would just stay small, puny lizards on land. Basically meaning this would not exist if these idiots did not attack their ancestors. Which is why I'm putting them in B tier. Because of how stupid their existence is. Like, what if a dinosaur just decided, you know what, these little lizards aren't worth my time anymore? Then you'll just be a lizard on land. No Predator X type action anymore, you know? It's like, geez. Therizinosaurus is here because one of two reasons. One, its claws are worthless due to recent studies proving that they will break if a gust of wind smacks them into a single tree branch that is like really fucking weak. But because of this motherfucker being related to T-Rex, which really trips me up. Yes, if you didn't know, and if I'm not mistaken, this thing is related to T-Rexes. Honestly, I do not see the resemblance. Someone please fact check me before I go insane. I swear I heard like 15 people tell me, in person and online, that this turkey-ass looking motherfucker is related to the beefy T-Rex. The big chonker with the tiny arms. Yeah, that thing? The T-Rex? Yeah, it's somehow related to Edward Scissorhands' scaly persona for some reason. That's a really old reference to Edward Scissorhands. I don't even think if anyone would get it, but still. Like, I do not understand. How is a creature known for its tiny arms, beefy body, and big crushing bite related to something who looks like would be served on a Thanksgiving dinner? Like who came up with this? Why the how the fuck did a T-Rex sitting at the same dinner table as fucking Edward Scissorhands Reptile Edition? Like, jeez. Nature gives me a lot of questions, and this is the most confusing one. Please, someone give me an answer. I need it. This is confusing. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Final B tier. Raptors. And any sort of dromaeosaur. We're not including Troodon here because Troodon has sadly been confirmed not to be a dinosaur. Which means Jurassic Park now has a completely fake dinosaur. For some reason. Anyways, raptors. They're smart. They are intelligent. But they do not live in packs. I don't get it why the movies tell us, oh, they work in packs, they're so deadly, oh my god. When in actuality, they act more like coyotes. They hunt alone unless needed to be in a group. Like, unless if they are forced to be in a group, they will not be in a group. The only reason why these fuckers are not in a lower tier is because of fucking Utah Raptor, which is the only raptor with high intelligence, lives in a pack, and is an apex predator, compared to the other dromaeosaurs, which are mesopredators. How the fuck does that work? Man, Hollywood really got us thinking these motherfuckers can open doors. I mean, not that fact, but like, Hollywood really got us believing these motherfuckers live in packs when it's only fucking Utah Raptor. Okay, moving on to A tier. Oh boy, A tier. The dreaded A tier. I've been fearing this for a bit now because now we're going to start getting a bit more controversial. I mean, some of them. Let's start off with the controversial ones to get them off my chest immediately. The bird. You might be wondering, why the f did I rate pterosaurs higher than the mosasaur? It's because they would have existed if not dinosaurs existed. Funnily enough, these guys weren't really preyed on dinosaurs that much, according to my knowledge. and only evolved flight to help them better catch fish, which was their preferred food, and then later diversified from there. Which means, with or without pressure from the dinosaurs, they would have existed. Like, if suddenly all dinosaurs were like stop existing or got suppressed by like a crocodile or something, this thing would still exist. Like, if the world was run by amphibians, pterosaurs would still exist just to feed on the fish, you know? And that's what I find crazy. Like, they would exist with or without dinosaurs. They'd just be like the only ones, really, that are like somewhat closely related to dinosaurs, that are like really diversified for some reason. So all of Pterosauria is referenced here because Jesus fucking Christ, you guys, you need to chill. Like, that is way too much diversification. Okay. Another controversial pick. You might not know, but I made a pipe cleaner Postosuchus. This guy is supposed to represent prehistoric crocodilomorphs, or more basal crocodilomorphs, before and during the early years of dinosaurs. Before the dinosaurs and during the early times of dinosaurs, like Triassic and early Jurassic. These guys represent them. The only reason why they're in A tier is because the amount of bullshit they go through. These motherfuckers survived 2 extinctions, and their descendants will survive a 3rd. That is a strong-ass creature. No wonder they got nerfed in the modern era, where they're able to get... Wait. Hold on. New information dropped. There's a currently living crocodile with a fucking knife in its head and 35 gunshot wounds, and it has not died. Yeah, no, these crocodiles are way too fucking strong. I mean, I'm a Florida man. I should know. I live in a fucking swamp with them. But still, they somehow still surprise me. Anyways, prehistoric crocodiles aside, let's get to some of the remaining dinosaurs. Okay, ankylosauruses are like the like the big beefy ankylosaurs, like Eoplocephalus and Ankylosaurus himself, are the epitome of a reptilian tank. They are very hard to topple over, and when you do, I mean, they still have decently long arms to try and keep you away from the inners. You know? So, then again. But also because they're able to humble the apex predator of the area with a single swing of their fucking tail. They are able to handicap a T-Rex for life if they simply bonk their tail with them. Like, one bonk on its ankle and then no more Rex, really. Like, it's that broken. No wonder this guy doesn't exist in the current meta. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's overpowered. Spinosaurids. I'm not saying Spinosaurus, I am saying Spinosaurids. More than just Spinosaurus. So Tierzu, do not come after me saying that Spinosaurus should be in a lower tier, because I'm using its cousins as a backup. Oxalia, Irritator, Baryonyx, and Suchomimus. All of these guys succeeded in their own way, and I'm pretty sure some of them survived longer than fucking Spinosaurus. So that's a plus. You know, Irritator is a really good example of... You know what? Let's just say this. one of the reasons why they're up here is because of their special. Well, for some of them have a special aquatic adaptation where they're able to swim. Others, like Spinosaurus, now proven, I really wish that wasn't proven, could not really submerge themselves, so they would prefer to act like storks and wait by the water. Some of them, which I'm pretty sure is some, like Irritator and Baryonyx, are able to swim. I'm also sure Suchomimus can swim, but I'm not that sure. Now, the fact they're able to swim is a huge plus. Being a semi-aquatic dinosaur with literal T-Rexes and Acrocanthosauruses roaming around during this time period is really good to escape the dangers. But there is other dangers in the water they need to be worried about. Which I feel like most, not all, but most, defend against them pretty well. Which is why they're up here in A. And I'm saying most of the Spinosaurs are good at defending themselves because why the fuck is Spinosaurus such a punching bag now? Why the fuck did they massacre him? Like, geez, it's so interesting, yet so painful to watch its existence. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, Ceratopsians. The later Ceratopsians. They are in A tier. And we're grouping T-Rexes with them because why the fuck not? These two are the epitome of a rivalry in history. You know, like iconic rivals like cats and dogs. You know, stuff like cats and dogs. How cats and dogs are nowadays, Tyrannosaurus and Triceratopses were back in prehistoric days. That is basically what I'm trying to get at, which is why they are here together. Each of them are able to kill each other in their own respectives, and it is a 50-50 every time. Most of the time, actually. And because of this, they're grouped together. They're both... This is an apex predator with thousands of species, and I mean lots of species and really diversified. And this is a Ceratopsian, who is very diversified in species and is really fucking powerful. They're both grouped together. That is the end of A tier. The final S tier, the final three. Yes, 3. Let's get this set up. S tier. The aforementioned S tier. The tier most known for the most broken, overpowered shenanigans known to history. We all know what lies in S tier, and it is absolute bullshit, really. S tier is known for its crazy amount of nonsense in most tier lists. Keyword most. Let's get down to it. Number 1. Obviously, sauropods were going to be an S tier. Because, of course, if something's able to scare all the carnivores on the fucking planet, I feel like they are deserving of S. Like, sauropods, most, are really fucking massive. And are really fucking powerful, too. They're like elephants, but like turned up to 5,000. With like the necks of giraffes. It's crazy. They're really powerful, really tanky, and overall a nightmare for anyone who dare challenges them. Now it's time to get to the other two, which are obscure in my way. Okay, yeah, the next two are going to be a very awkward pick. But you'll understand a bit more if I explain them. Megaraptors. The reason why they're here is because, in my opinion, They are the epitome of the most bullshit insane carnivores ever. These things can kill sauropods. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Please inform me in the comments. But I'm pretty sure in a documentary I was told they're able to take down a sauropod if they're in a group. Which, in my opinion, is nuts. It looks like the love child of an Acrocanthosaurus, a Spinosaurus, and a Therizinosaurus. Like, jeez. Like, look at the claws. Of course this thing can take down a fucking sauropod with those meaty claws. Also, they're very intelligent, I'm pretty sure, and they have pack hunting behavior, which is extra deadly, knowing how fucking thick their claws are. Okay. Prehistoric crocodiles during the late Jurassic throughout the Cretaceous. This is where the crocodiles go through the most bullshit insane evolution I can think of. Parasaurus, Deinosuchus, and Sarcosuchus. The three final bosses of the Floridian crocodile. I could make that joke because I'm Floridian. Like, seriously. These things were as long as buses, I'm pretty sure. Like, the only human being on the planet Earth that I feel like could single-handedly defeat them is a purebred Floridian man with an army of Florida gators. Like, that is the only way to defeat this thing, in my opinion. Like, this thing kills Rexes, I'm pretty sure. It was either Deinosuchus or Parasaurus that is able to kill, like, apex predators because they're too greedy with water. Like, seriously, it's insane how these fat crocodiles of prehistory are able to, like, one-up every single carnivore of a dinosaur on this goddamn tier list. Okay. That is the end of the tier list. Okay. Also, I'm missing both my arms. Hopefully I get super glue to fix them. Well, that was the tier list. I hope you enjoyed. I'm Dagon, and I'll see you later. Whatever that will be. Hopefully sometime soon.